we're unmuted, and now this.
There you go.
But we're starting already. I think. Something.
Yeah. We live?
Sentinel sounds kind of like a berserker thing almost.
I don't know. I feel like I'm not alive because I can't see.
I think so.
I believe we are.
I think we're good. See that well.
I'm dressed up too.
It's so hard to see anything. I'm waiting for it to catch up in the screen here, but
It's going.
yeah. Okay. All right then. Give me a moment.
Charlie, you can go shut the door.
Great Scott! Hello, everyone, or no one at all. Welcome to Back to Eretz Nakash. Welcome, everyone, or no one at all, as we gather for session something. I can barely see what I'm doing right here.
36.
Session 36 of our 5th edition campaign in the magical and dangerous world of Eretz Nakash. Yeah, that's going right there. So.
I'll mute that.
Now it's playing out.
Oh my goodness! We're gonna have.
You're looping it.
We're
now?
looping Back to the Future.
Friends.
We're gonna have feedback. It's gonna be
Do you know what this means?
human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Well, waiting for it to catch up, are you?
Oh my
You
goodness!
didn't test it this far, did you?
No, I'm totally flying by the seat of our pants here, and I can barely even see what I want to
flying,
say.
You mean flying by the seat of our DeLorean?
Well, hurry up. We got
Correct.
bees playing.
All right. What I want to say is that the music that was on the intro screen and the music that we'll hear throughout is provided by Critical Role and their album Welcome to Tal'Dorei. So thank you, Critical Role, for making that available to folks like us to use. It's great background music for any campaign, I would say. I'm not sure if there's anything else I want to say before we begin. No. We don't need to talk about beans yet. We'll get there. We'll get there. As you can see, we've kind of Halloweened up a little bit.
Oh, wait, I thought this was an Easter celebration.
Yeah, you totally missed the ball on that one. So we can just go around the table real quick and just briefly say who or what you're supposed to be. I am supposed to be Doc Brown from specifically Back to the Future 2. This is what he was wearing in the future. These glasses are not that great, but I can just kind of see shapes through them. Let's start over here. Let's start over anywhere.
I don't have a
We're costumeless here. Costumeless
Yeah.
here.
Daredevil, of course.
Daredevil. Down on the end.
I got a hood up. I don't know.
Got a hood up. Okay.
He's
Hoodie
going as a
man.
thief.
A maverick.
Maverick. All right.
I don't know.
An elf.
I don't know. You
You
know?
don't know?
Well,
She's a ranger.
It looks like an elf to
She's a
me.
female ranger.
You can call it that.
yeah, that's Ranger-like. It's kind of Robin Hood and his merry men and women like. So that's what's going on. And at this point, I'm going to drop the glasses down
I'm also wearing
Wow.
a face mask.
so that
What's
I
the
can
female
actually
version
see.
of Aragon?
No idea.
Goodness.
Whatever the heck her name is.
All right. Well, we are firing on all 1.21 gigawatts tonight. And let me get some music on here.
Which bean are we planting today? Also, actually, we should have a funeral for the previous bean that blew up.
Fast
Service.
procession.
Tell the king about it.
No, we have
Can
to.
we get some somber
Remember-
music
remember
for the
we-
bean?
That's going to take away from our shopping time, though.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
true. But I still feel like it's worth it.
I mean, imagine if he got those cool arrows he needed. That would've been-
Is there a way to turn down the volume in Twitch itself?
Probably.
Yes.
Not
Can you
just.
just mute it?
You need to. You
Why
need
don't
some help.
I don't see that.
Show the screen. Just flip the screen.
I'm picking it up. So
Weird.
it's crazy, this new tech.
You can change
So that
it.
we aren't coming through on that. There's got to be a way, but I can't turn down the volume on that itself because I've got to be able to play music through that.
Waffle.
This is what happens when you don't have a device for every little thing that you're doing. A dedicated device.
How do you exit full screen?
That's not it.
You remember that.
There we go.
Oh my gosh,
That's
it's terrible.
It
Steven.
is terrible.
I'm trying. I think if you hit chat only, it won't.
Chat only?
I don't think it's playing then. Never mind.
Well,
don't worry.
Hit it.
I don't know what you're doing.
It's fine.
I think maybe just give up on that.
I got nothing. Turn the volume all the way down.
Well, if I do that, then I can't play the background music. That's the problem. If I turn down the volume on the device itself, it's fine. Just give it back. You've done enough damage already.
You should have maybe investigated this before the night out.
Well, I thought there would be a volume thing right there on that, and apparently I was wrong. So I'm just going to drop that down, close that out, turn this on, and away we go. All right.
Are my dice still
There
over
it
there?
is.
One more.
What?
I got no dice. I can't roll.
They're behind you.
Well, how do you even?
Okay,
What
well, I
is
can
this?
tell you
Doesn't.
this is going to get hot. I'll be taking this off at some point.
No, you won't.
I don't know how you ladies do that. Okay. Okay. Previously, in Eretz Nakash, after a much-needed rest in the mine, and after the reappearance of the mysterious box of cards, which Valia experienced for the first time.
Yeah, at the same time as someone who's been in the party since day one.
Exactly. You began making your way back to Elestria with the Miststalkers and Morzza's mother, Tathriata. Along the way, you decided to plant another bean from the bag of beans.
Stop right there.
It erupted into a blue-flamed campfire, which you used to roast the remaining fruit from the previous bean that you had planted from the tree that grew and yielded some fruit. And this resulted in some very positive outcomes to the fruit. Figuring that roasting a bean itself over the magical fire would produce similarly beneficial results, you proceeded to do so. And you changed the fabric of the space-time continuum.
We did. We actually established a new
As
time.
it exploded and caused a couple of you a few points of fire damage. I was thinking today, I named that episode The Birds and the Beans because of the blue jay that was summoned, because of the result of one of the fruit from the previous thing, and then of course the beans. I thought today, given the explosion, I should have called that episode The Big Bean Theory.
That would have been a good idea, too.
Yeah.
You know you can change.
I know I
titles on
can.
YouTube.
I know I can, but all of our many fans are so used to the title that I
Sure.
assigned it now that it would just cause all kinds of whiplash if I were to do that.
Lose viewers if they did that.
We would literally cause a rip in the fabric of the space-time
Come back in time would
I
actually be
rename it.
established as the being.
Post-bean.
So eventually, you arrived back at the city. The Mythstalkers were escorted into the palace, while the rest of you joined Kavnor in the courtyard, where you kind of mutually debriefed all that had been going on. It was decided in that meeting that Tathriata would return to Treek with a military escort, and you would continue your quest for the remaining time tombs and elf lords. We return to you now, still there at the courtyard in this meeting with Kavnor. Is there anything else you'd like to say or do, or questions or comments or anything like that while that conversation is still going on?
I think we covered everything last time. I don't remember exactly what we did.
I'd like to ask him if he knows anybody in the city who's been into the woods. There.
Into
The woods.
The Fey Woods.
What is it called?
Yeah.
Fey Woods.
Fey Forest? The Fey Forest, yeah.
Fey Woods.
Because it seems to have affected our party negatively, and we're headed there next.
Yep, all of us.
so he says, well, you know, I myself have wandered into the Fey Forest a time or two, many years past now. So I'm aware of the effect you're talking about. Looking around, it seems to me that you've got at least a couple that would not be affected. You were. And from my experience, as long as you have some who can help right the wrong ways that are attempted, the confusion is temporary and will eventually wear off. Nevertheless,
Easy money.
the Fey Forest is a very mysterious and can be a very dangerous place. So do have your guard up.
Danger's my middle name.
And he says, "Oh,
Good heavens.
good heavens! I forgot to mention, we've heard back from the group that went to explore the other ones, the other time tombs.
He's back.
Gurn?
They've sent word.
Is Reggie back?
They have found it as you described. They are all alive and well. And
Because we cleared out everything.
and Kraylin is most interested in this material
Blackstone.
that these tombs seem to be constructed of. He's unfamiliar with it. So samples have been sent back. We are studying it. And should anything interesting come of that, we will let you know.
Right to us.
Oh, they should make a stick out of it.
How can you make a stick out of stone?
The Stone
I don't
Club.
know. It'd be a rod, right? I name it the Dominion Rod.
Oh.
But
Like that has to be a magical item.
he just asked if there's anything else. He's very glad to have this whole business about the Mythstalkers and the Gnolls dealt with, so that things can return to what, in his mind, is the top of the list of priorities.
True. We do
Yes,
have
shopping.
some- we
I do
have
agree.
some-
Shopping
Yes.
is quite high.
Laying the
Quite
fiddle.
high.
I do have
in-
some purchases to make.
So I leave it to you. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning as we join you in this session.
As far as like things to do in the city go, we kind of don't have much besides just going real quick to.
So we were in the courtyard with the tree, right?
Yep.
So there's some dirt there to plant something. Right in the middle. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, let's go shopping.
I'll go with my
We have all our
mother
horses.
and get her shopping done.
Okay. Just go ahead and deduct.
I already did
Well,
15 gold
Okay, that's fine.
last time.
That's fine, because a horse will be provided for her in the escort, so that's not an issue. So, okay, is there anything in particular that you want
Just traveling
to do
supplies
in that?
for
It's
her.
just you're spending time with her and you'll rejoin them at...
Yeah, whenever I'm done.
Okay.
Make sure she gets going and getting
Okay, so
all of
we
her
had-
supplies she needs.
Okay. She is eager to be off. Sadly, since you guys have just been reunited, however, you did spend about a week, a little less, traveling together, and the time up there. So, unless there's anything else that you wanted to do, you will within the next couple of hours after leaving there and getting some supplies and that, and then getting her back to the palace where she'll leave from with an escort out the north gate. By noon or so, you would be done with all of that.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Yeah, we're gonna head to the magic shop.
Okay. Are you gonna go there?
We're gonna sell. Well, actually, we're gonna go sell our stuff from the Knolls first to that like jewel peddler guy, whatever his name was. I can't remember his name.
Okay.
Should we make jewel face?
The
That
halfling.
was the one.
The guy who ratted us out.
Ratted us out to who?
We were supposed to be keeping a low profile.
Oh.
Yeah, we kept the high
Like, how
profile.
about someone buy $1 million worth of gems off us?
I thought it was pretty low profile, but whatever.
Ratted you out? What are you talking about?
I don't know. Just talking about
He's
things.
just talking.
This is like that one time. Remember that one time we got stabbed in the back by that one girl in session 1?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. when
Yeah,
did she
Caleb
go
was so
show up?
salty about that.
I forgot about that.
So you're going. Okay. So you're going to the. You're going to the jeweler first.
Yeah.
Down in Old Town to sell
We're
the
gonna sell
rings. I don't remember what else you
The
had.
bone
Gems.
sculpture, the leather bag of gems, the silver
Okay.
necklace. The
And I
small
gave you the
pumpkin.
values on all those
Yeah,
things.
and I already
right?
added it up, added it to our list, and now this is.
Okay. And are
That's
you
much
going?
fine.
Are you guys all kind of meeting there around the same time? Like, because Morzza's not with you.
We don't care about Morzza.
You
Yeah.
can go without
He
me.
can meet
I
us
don't
there.
Those
Once
that fall
it's not gonna
behind
take that long. He can just
get
meet us
left
there
behind.
eventually. I mean, we have to go. We both have to go somewhere else before we go to the magic store, so we'll probably end up there around the same time.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine because Morzza, you can take care of pretty much everything you're doing up in just that one area of the city. To go to the jeweler, they've got to go. You've basically got to go from the north side almost down to the south side. So that's going to take a little time in that way. So we can just have it that you guys meet up at the magic shop, the Magic Touch,
Yes.
around noon. Okay.
What's this guy's name? Syndreth again?
Syndra.
No, that's not Syndreth. Or something.
That's
something
not right.
The owner of the magic shop? Edrazel.
Yeah, that was.
See, that was basically
yep,
right.
You had it. It was right there.
Just not enough
And
vowels.
Drozzle.
Ed Syndra.
So we kind of walk in and just kind of walk up slowly, place the bag of beans on the counter.
make more.
I wonder if we should ask him about it.
No, I mean we are
Yeah.
definitely gonna ask him about that.
We need those beans.
But regardless, he probably remembers us from the last request we left off when we left. It's probably been pretty quick, so I don't know if he would have had time for it. But I'll go ahead and ask him if he's had any time to get around to looking at some sort of magic arrows.
Yeah, he says, yes, well, welcome back. It's good to see you all in one piece. I trust you had success on your latest adventure.
We have a new companion,
Yes.
so
Yes, we did.
Indeed, and I recognize you. This is a change of setting for you, a change of company, if I'm not mistaken.
Change of time, even.
Oh, did you feel the rift?
I felt it.
Post being
Great
It was as if a million voices suddenly
beans
screamed out all at once and suddenly were silenced. Yes. So he says, in fact, I have done a little work on this. This is challenging but interesting work, which you're asking to commission, I must say, keeping me on my toes.
Just wait till the next request.
He says, well, the quiver which you requested is simple enough. It's essentially the same enchantment that resides on the bag that you have. It's just on a different receptacle. Easy enough. 750 gold on that one.
I got my head off, of course. Yes.
And of course the discount would be applied. By the way, he says, have you had a chance to tell others about this? I've not noticed any additional traffic in here as of late. Remember, this is part of our agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll tell them, we're still, of course, we will say anything to those we see. We have just unfortunately been off the path with our most recent journey. Took us to kind of the middle of nowhere, so there was no one we can tell anything about, but we anticipate coming across more people in the future, and we will definitely uphold our end of the bargain.
We
just have
told
not had
everyone at
great
the
chances
end.
of late.
Everyone at the end knows that we go.
We did actually mention it at the end, didn't we?
At the end, remember yeah.
We did.
Well, didn't we tell that guy with the flail too?
Yeah.
Yes, he says, well, yes, obviously, it's an as-you-go, of course, but perhaps...
You do have a new customer right now.
Perhaps indeed, my dear. But perhaps a direct approach. I assume you're spending an evening here in the city, at least one. Remember, there's many ears that are interested in tales and.
Well, let's see if perhaps the bard can work something into her latest song.
That's a marvelous idea.
Ooh.
We have quite an audience already. It would be no.
Well,
consequence.
now we're speaking my language. See, so yes. Well, as long just keep in mind that this is part of our agreement. So, at any rate, the quiver you requested, easy enough. 750 minus the discount. The arrows are a different story. They are a more difficult thing that you're asking for here. Not impossible, not for me,
Improbable.
but difficult, time-consuming, tricky. But here's what I believe I can do. I believe I can get you an arrow that, in addition to its normal damage, can do additional magical damage of whatever type you choose.
That
It
is
will not be as
interesting.
powerful as a spell that would do the same type of damage. For example, lightning. The spell will do a certain amount of damage. The arrow will not reach that, but it would still pack a punch. And whatever other type you might choose. It will take me time to do this. I would need to know what specific type of damage you would like it to do in addition to its own natural damage. But-
Yes, I believe we would like it to do that damage.
But it will cost a number of gold per arrow.
Here's what I'm thinking there, guys. I think that this is a waste of money. We're not getting arrows.
I've
What?
not even told you how much it would cost yet.
I don't even care.
How much
Waste
would
of
it
money.
cost?
Well, you must understand this is complex magic.
I thought you just said
A lot of
how
time,
much it would cost.
much time, energy. Take me days per arrow. 2,500 gold per arrow.
Absolutely not.
Wow.
See? Telling you, we can just buy a sword and
Holy
get +2 damage,
smokes.
and we'll be fine.
Now, however, understand these are not single use. It would only be able to be used once a day, each arrow. The magic would need to recharge. You would have it indefinitely as long as you didn't lose it. As long as it wasn't destroyed by some other magical means.
So once
You
we're
could
rich-
consider it an investment in the future, because it sounds to me like your adventuring career is just beginning.
Once we're rich, we can buy.
Yeah,
a
let's
Yeah,
go
no,
for
I would-
beans.
We're
Yeah,
not rich. We're not rich. So
We
I
need to
wouldn't-
buy the
I wouldn't be
inn
buying
before we
those.
start buying
I'll
stuff
just
like
let. So
I think maybe the
we can be honest with them.
maybe the
We don't
plan-
have the money to spend on that many arrows right now. However,
I can do one at a time. You
that's
can
what I was going to
select.
say. Yeah, if we could just start with maybe, let's say lightning.
Well, if we start with just 10 or 12, you know.
that. So you're gonna want to buy one for 2,500 gold.
Eventually,
No, just tell him. Well,
I'm saying
Do you
I
want-
personally
do you
don't
want-
have that much to spend on it right now, but hopefully, as we get
so
we'll have
basically
more.
we'll
But
just.
if it's prepared and set aside, I can guarantee that I will buy it eventually.
I tell you what, I will go ahead and make one, even though you're telling me that you don't have the gold now. I have confidence that you will, based on what I've seen and what I've heard. So, you tell me which type you would like me to do. I enjoy the challenge of it. It would be something interesting for me to do in my time, something new.
It's not out of Caleb.
And I'll make whichever one you want, and when you have the means to purchase it, you let me know. It will be here for you.
I'll tell them. Let's start with lightning. And actually, no, wait, no.
Too late.
Too late.
gotta-
Done.
It's already made.
We start with poison, or is that okay? I guess I don't know all the effects, but I would say
Consider the damage types that
Yeah.
exist. He can make one in any of those.
poison. Okay, I would say start with poison.
Does that include like the radiant psychic damage?
Dude, get a grass type.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, radiant. Oh, it could be radiant too.
So the C. Do I have-
Actually, I kind of want that one. Let's go. Actually, no, that actually makes sense. I would say go radiant because this is out of character. Like my background is focused on kind of undead,
Mhm.
so I would think that I would lean towards something that counters. Or
You already have an arrow that doesn't get versus undead though.
Yeah, but
Oh my gosh.
actually,
What
that
if
is.
we get 2 in
Is
there?
it specifically undead? Is that right?
Waste
Yeah,
our money.
it's an
Wow.
arrow
It's an
slaying
arrow
undead.
slaying undead. It
Oh,
doesn't-
that's right. I forgot it was undead slaying. That's right.
Waste our
Hmm.
money.
I mean,
Let's just stick with poison. Just stick with poison. That was
Poison? Okay.
as the first one.
acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, thunder, radiant, and psychic. I think are the.
Force.
Dragon,
Force.
grass,
Oh, I didn't say force. Yeah, force is one too.
fairy.
Metal.
Does he want like?
Steel.
Does he like want a second one?
Dragon.
Like for in case he has time, or is one good enough for now?
If you want to tell me, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. What would be your second choice, if I have time and resources?
What other ones?
Fire.
Fucking-
Fire's always a good one.
I can
it's
already
fire.
breathe fire.
Wait,
I like new ones.
That's
I would
true.
say fire.
Or
No.
poison.
But yeah, but poison. I mean,
I think poison's a good
acid,
one.
Yeah, I'd say fire.
acid, cold, fire, force, lightning, necrotic, piercing, poison, psychic, radiant,
Necrotic.
and thunder.
I can-
Thunder?
So
Thunder would be.
think in terms of like you're not going to spend money on an arrow that also does I mean, bludgeoning damage, I suppose. I'm specifically
Yeah,
talking about
magic types.
You're not going to add piercing damage to a piercing arrow already.
Yeah,
probably,
so
but
poison
think about the
and
magical
necrotic.
effects.
What's necrotic?
It's like
It's like decay,
yeah.
basically. So it'd be like good against like.
It's,
or something.
think of withering magic, magic that would wither something.
Yeah, so-
that's
so-
living.
Let's do that. Let's do poison and then perhaps necrotic if you have a chance.
Necrotic. You have a dark side to you. Isn't it?
These beans have really turned me.
Chaotic evil.
Force. What would force? Is force just like?
What if you put a beam
That's just
on
like
an
magic
arrow?
damage almost. Like basic like.
it-
no-
That's it.
And it gets
It's
planted
a
on?
fine line between what is force and bludgeoning, but force, for instance, magic missile does force damage.
Right. And I know there are for a fact there are some enemies that are weak to force damage.
Yeah. So it's kind of impact.
It's almost like a neutral magic damage is what I think.
kind
it
of
is.
it's like an impact, not from like a club or a mace or something like that.
Yeah, because there's some enemies that I think we fought that are weak to like force damage, but like chromatic orb can't do that kind of damage. It's
Okay, can you also remind me what was the quiver? Was just like you can store any number of arrows.
it's
in
just like infinite arrows, or not infinite arrows, but like you can store a bunch of arrows in it and then just like pull it out. Like
It's
stuff.
essentially a bag of holding, but on a quiver.
for arrows.
Yeah, would have perhaps a little less capacity than a bag of holding, but essentially, once
But
the
you think about which
arrows
one
are-
you're going to pull out.
yes,
and it pulls it
as
out.
you reach in and you know what arrow you want, if it's there, you will grab a hold of it and pull it out.
So what practical use does that have? Is it gonna make you draw arrows faster?
No,
And what does
I
that
don't
do
think it
now?
actually. It doesn't.
But you can hold as many arrows. I mean, I know you have like
I have a dozen
plenty,
magic arrows.
but if you but you can store all of your arrows. Like realistically, you can only hold so many arrows in
Yeah.
your quiver.
That's it's really only like.
Yeah, but how many arrows are you gonna need?
It's only 750 gold minus the thing.
It's also another storage pouch. It would hold things other than arrows too. It's just specifically that same type of enchantment cast on a quiver instead of on a sack.
Why don't you just put a sack in your back and start pulling arrows out of a sack?
Yeah, we already got one.
It's only 750 minus discount. I think it's still worth
How
it.
much gold do we have? That's the first
We
question.
have 1,800, I think. Right?
No, we have.
Oh,
Well,
800.
there's a lot more than that.
We have-
so we platinum.
Yeah, we have platinum. So we have. I think it's 5,000.
How many golds in a platinum?
5 gold and 1 platinum.
So I guess not crazy amount.
We have. Wait a second. What?
12,800. That doesn't seem right to me.
5,100 ish.
I think we should be.
Has he had any new stores in? Any new items in your shop other than what we?
No.
What else did we ask for?
He has since you last were here, he's basically spent his time researching.
So what
and
else? What
planning
else
the
did we
things.
ask for? Can we check those
Yeah,
out?
so that's all that you asked
Yeah.
for, the arrows and the quiver. To you, now he says, now you asked for armor,
Do you remember that?
which is easy enough. Kind of depends on which type you use. The greater the armor, the more effective the armor, the higher the enchantment that takes to give it the added protection. But for a base level of enchantment, depending on the type of armor, you're looking anywhere from 500 gold to 5,000 gold. Plate,
That's for
plate being the higher end.
that's for so for just a +1 essentially. You're looking at 5,000 for plate.
Dang.
You wear plate?
Yeah, I do. And did I ask for anything else? Did I ask for
That's
like
all.
a...
else asked
You
you?
also asked about a holy symbol.
That's right, I wanted to
He
enchant
says this was tricky too, and would require bringing in the assistance of others for this particular type of magic that would need to be there, though I would oversee the process. Same with adding radiant damage to an arrow, I might add. But what you asked for is possible. I could create a holy symbol for you that essentially would store spells in it as well. Up to, whether this is mechanics or actual narrative, 5 spell levels.
So it's basically like the ring of spell, whatever I have.
Right.
Spell
Pretty
strike.
good actually.
That's at a base level of enchantment on a holy symbol, which would be 4,500 gold, minus, of course, your discount. Now, you asked about increased punch when you cast spells, increased defense when you are reacting to spells. That too
I don't
can be
remember
done.
that.
I don't remember that either.
You
But
did. You were asking about increasing spell attack and spell save DC as well. It was kind of all the same thing, but can we do this? Basically, spell storing. The answer is yes. And if that, can we also do something that affects the spell attack DC and the spell save DC? And so what
you
he
can have
tells
items that boost your spell attack DC? Or
Oh
save.
yeah.
That's Jake your wand to hit.
Yeah.
It's the save DC though. I haven't heard of that one.
So basically on
Wait,
that,
can you affect the save DC? With items?
he is telling Morzza that this could do that.
we need that then, guys.
If you let me finish!
I didn't know that.
That's my labyrinth guy. Will you please?
Why did you roll that?
Save that.
Did you roll a
He
20?
says,
Mm-hmm.
to increase the power of your attack magically, or the power of your defenses magically, again, a base enchantment for an additional 500, I could do either one. For additional 1,000, I could do both.
On like I'm saying on my cross.
On the holy symbol that he's already doing for the spell storing, he's saying.
So you can have all
So you
three
have
of
your
those.
spell storing
Yeah.
of up to 5 levels plus.
Can you-
For an additional level, it would be 5,000 each. For an
On-
additional level on top of that, and one could always dream, it would be 50,000 each.
So on top of the, you saying on top of like the spell storing, on top of each.
Yes.
So yeah, basically instead of making it like
So
a plus
basically,
one, a plus two, a plus
4,500 to have the spell storing, which is kind of the main thing you were asking about. And you also asked about the two different, the attack and the spell save DC. Plus one would be 500 for either one, or both for 1,000. It's 500 for a plus one enchantment of either one. Okay. To make it a plus two, the 500 becomes 5,000. To make it a plus three, the 5,000 becomes 50,000.
That's quite a significant increase in gold.
It is. It's quite a significant.
Can you
increase
like
in power.
upgrade the spell storing too? Can you like go up in that too or no?
I don't know that the item itself would be able to handle that much. I think 5 is as much as we would want to go and consider it safe and magically stable.
So I'll tell him with the quiver for now. I want to put my money towards the first arrow that he's going to make. And as it is right now, I only have like 12 magic arrows, so they already fit in my quiver for now. As I continue to collect more magic arrows, hopefully, I would then buy the quiver. But for now, I want to put the money towards the first arrow that he's going to make.
Very well. I will begin work on that.
It seems time to talk about the beans.
Yeah, I think it's time to talk about the beans.
I show him the beans and ask him if he knows what these things are.
He looks, carefully takes one out of the bag, and says, I believe I do. Do you mind?
What?
We just want to don't put it over the open fire.
You can see that he's casts a spell on it. His eyes flare just a
Identify.
little bit with light. And he carefully places it back in the bag and hands it back. Says, yes, that's as I thought. I've come across these
We need them.
once.
Once.
Interesting items, tricky items, unpredictable. Have you had any success? Have you had anything interesting?
I pull out like one of the fruits.
Ah, this sprung from a magic bean, did it?
It did indeed.
Indeed.
And was
Hence cooked over a magical
fire from another bee.
Well, I must say that's a new one to me. You'll have that 50,000 gold in no time. Yes, so at any rate, interesting.
Can we-
have fun
does
with
he-
it. Be cautious.
Does he have any interest in looking at the fruit?
Sure. I'll take a look at it. Is it good? You've tried it?
Yes,
We've
it's
tried it.
delicious.
It's very good.
Interesting.
Let him take a bite. Let him
He's
have
gonna
one.
he's gonna be like
How many do we
real
have?
massive.
We tell him that the effects that these fruits give you are incredibly powerful.
Describe initially,
Elaborate.
I got one hit
initially the
point.
fruit was either we'll tell him the fruit was either very good and it made you full for a day, or it was very bad and made you violently sick. Well, I think it was like a poison effect, maybe.
You don't have that anymore.
However,
No, initially, but then once we cooked it over the fire, then they gave whatever this world equivalent of the temporary hit points. The
like massive beneficial effects, like, and then I'll tell her about like I grew in size, and then she was, even though she has no spell abilities, she was able to control a bird.
Is that so? And you grew. And you were able
Doubled
to
in
summon
size.
an animal. Anything else?
We can tell about
they
like,
said the temporary
like-
hit points. The
like gaining what like
Life force or something like that.
essentially.
And gain hunger for a whole day. You're not hungry.
So that was from the other Pluto.
Hmm. Yes, it sounds like they either nourish in a way that is beyond natural, or bestow some sort of a spell effect. Perhaps a potion effect of some sort.
Would he be interested in
Trying the fruit.
and
And
How many do we
trying?
have?
We have like a few. Just something we're building.
I can tell you how many you have left.
Yeah.
I haven't noted.
Building relationships here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
12.
10, 11, 12. 12.
Yeah.
We have
So
12
right now
left.
we have enough 2 for each of us.
Do you know what's going to happen?
Wait.
Do you know?
No,
Ah.
it's random.
but
It kills him.
it's very good effects.
I think I'll leave that random effect to you. I prefer things a bit more predictable.
now we need after you can make the beans.
So yeah, so we had told him, we'd shown him the beans, right?
Yep.
Is this? He said he said he's encountered them before. Is this something that you create, or is this something that is like you find?
This is something that I only know to discover. This is a type of magic that comes from ages past. Many of the items in here are not created, they were discovered, they were found. Now, many of them I can duplicate through a clever process that the Academy would very much like to know, but I like to keep that my little secret. Drives them crazy. But, there is magic of ages past, a type of which is largely unknown in our day. There are theories of the sources. There have been discoveries of what might be a partial source of it, but there's precious little of that around that anybody knows about.
We need these elves. Get these elves back and they'll know all the knowledge.
Teach us
Yeah,
the
but
bean
that's-
magic.
Well, even if you had the source, I'm not sure that I would be able to duplicate this, but if you ever come across any residuum, I would certainly be interested in seeing it.
And what?
Residuum. This is the material that appears to be, at least in some sense, the source of magic from long ages past. Typically,
Yes, residuum. Came
yes.
across it a lot in the Underdark.
I don't think. Does he know you're a Drow?
I think
That's not-
Yeah, because he was.
Yeah, that's not in character, right? But
That's
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
I was thinking
So-
though.
If you were to find any,
keep it in mind.
Well, of course, we will bring it back.
We definitely want to get more beans.
well,
We'll be
again,
happy
I'm
to
not
ass- we'll
saying
be
I could
happy
do
to
that.
assist in any way we can.
Yeah, okay. I trust you know what you're looking for.
Don't know if I do know what I'm looking for.
Well, the residuum that I know of typically appears as a purplish silver powder, usually in small.
We said we
amounts.
have that. We got some.
No,
from-
that was like a gem thing, right?
No, we still have that. Someone has it. You have it. Someone checked
I
their
feel like we did have some purple powder,
What
but
is
I
it?
didn't think it was
purple
residuum.
powder. I know we have
Oh,
it.
yes. I pull out the glass vial of silver purple powder that I remembered I had on me and show it to him.
Do you actually have it?
Yeah, I told you guys we had
He
some
takes the vial
down here.
and looks at it, and again, you see him casting the same spell that you just saw him cast.
Come on, more beans.
And he says, "You are full of surprises. You know that, don't you?"
Wow.
This is residuum. This tiny little bit, easily worth 1,000 gold, at least,
At least.
on the market. And the market isn't very large. There are very few who know of this, and fewer still who would know how to put it to any use.
We'll sell it right to you.
Well, maybe.
Or we not sell it to
At the
them.
right price.
You know what I mean?
Where did you find this?
Where did we find that?
It was in one of the layers. It was in the second layer.
We remember and then tell them where it was.
Actually, wait a second. I can like.
Well,
find
I
it
mean,
in my
last
notes.
we did. It was like last week that we were there. So, like in real time. I mean,
It's been a little longer than that. So it was not in the fourth one, which was down in the caves. It was in one of the other ones.
was it the first one? I think it might have been the first one.
It could have been. I think it was either the first or the third.
Was it in that little special
Well,
place
it
we
was-
found?
Or excuse me, which would be number 2 or number 3 is what I mean.
Wasn't it in like that special
Did
place?
I give? So I have written.
You
on,
found it on the body of a dead wizard.
I have written on here
A dead
pearl
what?
ring
Dead
that was
wizard.
acid resist. Didn't I give that to you?
Yeah, Daniel has a ring.
It was in the battle that you had where you were fighting zombies in a hallway, and you came around a corner and you found it might have been a secret door. I don't remember, but there was just a little room. Just
Oh, small vial of purple granular substance. It was in Cobalt layer number 3.
So that was the first one we
There
went
you
to.
go.
So the pearl
No, that
ring
was
with
the second
acid
one.
resist. We
No,
have
I
this-
have it. No, it was
But that was the second one. You went to number
Yeah.
2 first.
Oh.
Yeah, we went to number 2 first. Yeah.
So the second dungeon you went to,
Yeah.
or Time Tomb as Kavnor is calling them, was number 3. That's where you found
Did
it.
he just ask where he found it? Is that what?
Yeah.
Have we told him about?
I think we did.
I don't think we did.
I think we did.
We told him that we were working with the king, but I don't think we told him specifically about this. We did not tell him about kobolds.
Just tell them the kobolds are back.
Tell them
We
we found it. in-
eliminated them already though.
Again.
I think you told him. I think what I remember you telling him, and there might have been more than this, but I remember you telling him that this business about the myth stalkers kind of saving the day and taking
Wasn't-
care of
yeah.
the issue. There's more to that story.
Yeah.
But I don't know that you've said anything about the actual places where you found
Yeah.
and
So-
released the elf lords.
We would probably tell him like as far like
Tell him
as of
everything.
right now we unless he wants to talk to people who are higher up in the city, that's not really something we can disclose as of yet.
But we can't disclose what, like, where we found it as of yet. But it was in a place of ancient magic, a place touched by the old times, the ancient times.
Well, I can't lie and say that I'm not intrigued. This is a tale I would very much like to hear. But I can only tell you as far as this goes, this is quite a find. Guard it closely.
Do you want to buy it?
Should we sell
Oh,
it?
is it,
Or what
I mean,
else
is
would we
there-
use it for?
what exactly can it be used for? Like, like practically, like we've just had it. We haven't known what it was. We haven't
It
bothered
can
with
be used to create magic, to bring into being magic, including magic items. I have a system which I've developed. It's very time consuming, very energy consuming. This, I've managed to find very small amounts, maybe in my lifetime, 2 or 3 times this amount. It makes this process much, much easier, much, much quicker.
So who's gonna? We'll never create anything.
Yeah,
right?
so it's just like something like that. Like we don't. I mean, the only thing would be you potentially creating magic. I don't even know.
It
if
could
that's-
also
Big magic.
It could also be used to perform magical effects that are beyond what my system, what my methods can do. Perhaps as much as can be dreamed. I know my limitations, and I try very hard not to push them. For my own reputation, and for the safety of my customers. This potentially opens new worlds.
Oh. I
I've
like
dabbled with it enough to realize that. I've never tried to push with that because there's so little of it around, it's not easy to have a great deal of experience with it.
Maybe we hold on
I think
to
we'll
it.
hold on to it for now. We will hold on for now.
I'm gonna ask him. I don't know if I ever told him, but like, you want to buy some Hydra scales and teeth?
No, we sold those already, didn't we?
Did we? I don't think we did.
If you asked him before, and I don't remember what he would tell you and what he would have told you before,
he told us it would be
is-
not him, someone else.
Falvara.
Yeah.
I feel like we
I
sold
think, I think we did ask.
I'm thinking you did. I think didn't you guys as
I don't
a
think
group?
we sold them though, did we?
Well, it's enchanted elixirs is where you would go. Falvara
Is that in
is
your
the,
sheet or?
is the owner of that.
We never sit down in an
Sure.
amount. I just said I was.
Do
picking
you
them
remember?
up.
We've only found one ring of resistance, right? This acid resistance, this pearl ring we got a while back. I don't think we found any other. Because I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Because I need to erase it from my sheet. 'cause I'm pretty sure-
We've only found one.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
had
I
this
think
one and I
so.
gave it to him. So yeah, I don't need this.
I think you found a potion of another type of resistance, but I think
yeah,
only the
as
one.
far as a ring, I
Yeah,
think
we
it
have
was just
potion
acid.
of resistance.
And I think I didn't
Potion
take it because I already have acid resistance as
Right.
black.
Dragon.
Or well, yeah, that's the dragon effect I chose.
Right.
Sure, right.
All right, so we're pretty much done here. Then?
Let's gonna buy something.
I don't think we have anything that we want to buy yet because we don't have a ton of money right now.
Well, where's the list of stuff?
What?
I think we should just get moving.
I got nothing I want.
Yeah, let's go. I'm ready to meet our fox again.
All right,
My fox.
I guess we're probably ready to head out.
We'll go to the inn.
We'll
We'll spend the night, right? And she can
Yeah.
sing about
magic touch.
the magic touch.
One thing, real quick. Who all? So everybody but Morzza went down to the jewelers, right?
Yeah.
In Old Town. Give me. Just two of you. Give me perception checks.
Nixon.
I'm never old that
Oh.
one.
Natural
Oh,
20.
I'll get wrecked.
Okay.
27.
Okay, just as an interesting side note, as you are making your way back to that jeweler's shop to sell the items that you got, the rings and the statuettes and all of that, you pass by a building the name of which of this establishment catches your eye. Because of something that happened recently, before you took off to the south, you passed by what you didn't really have a reason to notice before, an establishment called the Frost Vines Winery.
Excellent.
And this is where the bottle of wine that Abel, the owner of the Traveler's Way, gave you before you left for tomb number 4.
It was good.
So, did you drink it? I don't even remember.
I don't think we did.
No.
I don't think you've even opened it. But at any rate, just as an interesting side note, that here's a building that you never had any reason to pay any attention to, but now it just happens to be on your radar because of this bottle of wine that was given.
Saying is we need to collect
Really, we
wine.
need to try
Have like
this
a whole.
wine.
I'm just telling you that's
Such
where it
special
is.
about
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much else. I mean, there's plenty of stuff that'd be good to buy, but it's too expensive.
Yeah.
No
Well,
cross symbol
although
then? Are
you
you
also-
kidding me?
He doesn't have it ready.
How long will it take him?
Work on the
That
arrow.
was 4,500.
Work on the arrow first.
Your arrow.
Nobody cares how
We don't
close
want
it is
an arrow that does an extra 1 damage or
It's not
something
gonna be
like
extra
that.
1 damage.
That's not even gonna be worth it for the $2,500
Dollars.
You never
That's
know when it
all
might be
hairs.
useful.
It's all hairs.
It's not gonna be as useful as something that we could get for. That's a lot of money for one
No
arrow
yeah,
that only
no
one person
No one's saying
can
we're
use.
just gonna just go buy them, but it's still a unique magic item.
We'll be getting more money.
Okay.
We'll be swimming in it.
I'm saying we should try to kind of spread out on the magic items because I'm gonna say I only have 2, and not everyone else has the same amount of magic items. Like I actually have 3.
I don't
But
have that many.
You have a bunch of arrows.
Doesn't matter right
You
now.
count as arrows as like a 1 magic item. I mean, I have a ton, but that's mostly because I just am not in the one in the front.
You have a dagger, right? A bunch of daggers.
I have like 2 daggers.
I have 2 magical hand
Well, those are
axes,
ones we
like,
found,
right
not one. So I have 2 daggers.
Yeah.
You got like a deck
And I
of
have
cards.
the staff.
Me?
Magic items, yeah.
No, those are spells.
Didn't I sell back the one? I
No.
think I sold back the one.
We need to get the war elephant.
Okay,
True.
we're good.
We need to get the ears. The bounty for the ears.
Yeah, you got a lot of magic items.
Oh, yeah, I have 3.
Bag of
Yes.
beans.
He tells you that for the magic that he needs to do, as well as the assistance he needs to procure for this, given that it's kind of a divine magic nature. He's probably going to need a couple of weeks for this. Because he can only do portions of it each day. Portions of this whole process.
'Cause he has to
And
get
some
his,
of it's very high level.
has
and
to
then
get his
he-
energy back and then do it again.
Yeah, and then he also has to get help, assistance for this particular nature of magic. He can't do it all himself.
How much did he say it would cost initially?
4,500.
Plus 500,
yeah.
plus 500 if you want the plus ones on both.
Well, he can do that later, though, I think, right? He doesn't have to do it all at once for the magic.
Yeah, right. It wouldn't have to be all done at one time.
I think that's worth. It's definitely worth.
But if you want, if you brought it back to him, it would need to be left with him for a time so that he could do the additional work on it.
Well, theoretically, we go out and do adventure some more and get more money, and then we'll come back and have enough to.
You should just plan on getting the plus ones on it, and then they'll buy it at some point.
Was the 45 before or after the discount?
That's before.
Those are just raw prices.
Okay, so it'd be a little bit less than that.
Do we have 50% discount or do we have
10%.
50%? I think that's reasonable.
Be 450.
Yeah,
All right.
going to 50.
I guess as we leave the shop, we'll apologize that we're not buying anything, but
Promise to come back and
we will
spend some
be
money and
purchasing them.
pass on
in
the
the
word
future.
about how good the shop is to everyone else.
Oh, the time will come.
I'll leave my cross thing with them.
You what?
I'll leave my special cross.
You need
with
your
them.
holy symbol, don't you?
I have two. You have that really expensive one we found, remember? And I have the other one that's it's not as expensive.
So you're dropping the expensive one off with them?
Okay.
The platinum one or whatever the heck it was.
Was that the one we found?
Yeah.
Yeah, we found that one.
Now let's go with the ear bounties.
The
And I'll just tell them
Yeah.
all three
For the
enchants,
novels.
just base level.
Oh, that's right. We cut off all the noisy ears in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember even how many sets we got, to be honest.
You probably wrote it down somewhere.
I don't. Actually, I think you just said that you would write it down. And
Point finger.
Yeah.
we
Do you
got
have-
quite a few?
Do you have? I can find one here, but do you have the sheet that I think it's
Someone
in one of the
should have
back
it.
pockets of what the bounties were?
Let's see. I got it right here. Knowles is 25 gold pieces
Each, right?
each.
Story.
Present
set?
yourself for each
Per set.
pair of ears is 25 gold pieces for Knowles.
That's good.
We probably killed like.
That's the best one. I know orcs are the best. 30 for each.
Okay, so I can tell you that
That'll actually worth quite a bit.
you can do. I'll let you do the math here, but in terms of these, this is how many pairs of ears that you got.
Okay, tell me.
from this.
Hit me.
You got 67 pairs of ears.
Ooh, 67 times 25, baby.
Of null ears
That's 1,675 gold.
Pretty good.
plus what?
1,675.
Are we staying a night in town?
Yeah.
I think we should.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we
We
can.
can, you can just
Here's
go
what I think
through
we
it though.
do.
It
No,
doesn't
no,
need to
here's
be
what
like
we
a-
do. Here's what we do. We're making a big thing out of this. We're gonna go around, spread the news that we're back in town, and we're gonna be staying in this inn, and then we're gonna be playing some music. And that way,
I will be playing some music.
that way we can spread the word about
breathe
our
fire.
magic shop.
For you.
We can say that we saved the town because of the magic items we got from this guy.
Save the town.
Saved the city.
They don't know we
Whoa.
saved the city, Steven. We can't say that.
Yes, they do. They know we saved the myth stalkers and stuff. They heard about it.
Debatable.
Yeah.
Not debatable.
Well, I think
Is this something that you would just like? Because we don't need to like go through all the details of this, but is this something you would want us to like roll, like see how effective we are at communicating that we're gonna be at this inn, and see how interested people are?
Yeah, if you're specifically doing that,
I would say we
it would
can
probably
we
be
can play that as
some combination of. I would kind of let you, kind of give you, depending on how you want to do it. We'd be looking at probably performance and or persuasion checks. So
Persuade.
not great.
Oh,
I got 3 in persuasion.
I got 7 in performance.
We can just spread
I have
out.
nothing in
Everybody does
persuasion.
everybody does their
Negative
own check.
Persuasion and
And 4
performance.
and 4 in persuasion.
We just spread out all around town.
Both of them.
So, do you want all of us to roll or just a couple of us?
well, you're talking about at the inn, you mean? As
So,
you're
so
We're
what we're
going
saying is
around town.
spreading the word around town that we're gonna be singing or playing music at the inn, and then playing actually playing at the inn.
And I would say mainly I try to go not just telling people, but going to shops and telling people. That way they can tell people that we're there as people come into the shops.
But also like saying that we're the ones that got rid of the gnolls. You know, like using that as the leverage to get people interested. Like We'll be
telling
telling
tales.
people the secret of how we got rid of the gnolls.
and telling tales of how we
Are you gonna
our
want-
battles and
Are you
stuff.
gonna want everyone to roll for it, or is it just a couple people?
I'd probably do a group roll a little bit, or whoever, if someone specifically is doing it. I mean, are you going at
I think
Well,
separate.
everywhere
Yeah,
throughout
we're
the
all
city
go
now.
now.
Spread
We'll
out.
probably
and
split up
spread
into
the
2
word.
groups. You could
Actually,
you could
more than
enhance
that.
ability
Well,
on.
that's why I was
Yeah.
asking.
I'd say more.
I would
than
enhance ability on. You have persuasion or no?
I have 7 in persuasion.
Yeah, I would enhance
I have,
her
a,
and
I have
then
a
you.
4 in persuasion.
Or it's concentration, isn't it?
No, not
No.
persuasion. I'm
I mean,
sorry,
yes, it
performance.
is,
I
but
have-
it's-
You can only
I have
cast on
7.
one.
No, I can't. It's when I cast. So this is a second level. When I cast it a slot above it, I can then
Oh.
target one additional
I
creature.
said I meant performance. I have 7 in performance, 4 in persuasion.
Oh, does anyone else have better than 4 in persuasion?
Four is
I
better.
He
Zero.
said we can use performance.
yeah, just whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, whatever. Probably you two still.
Well, I mean, we're all
We're doing-
still going around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying we split into 2 groups. One with
Why don't we split into
Nick's.
3?
Who's going where? So if I
I
were
went
to
to my own
just
place.
think about the different areas of the city where you've been.
We can go to the rich area.
Hey, I'm just gonna go stand in front of the shop and that one dude that was
I would
like,
say
mad at
some of
us.
us should go to the end. Some of us should go to the end first and tell the guy, like, hey, we're gonna try to get people here. Be ready. It's gonna be packed. Just
Okay.
get
I'll do
ready
that.
for it.
I have a good idea. Is there like a music place that like popular in town that has a lot
Tell
of
the
people?
guy. Tell the guy
Well-
that we're gonna be there.
Yeah, you can tell
I
your
can tell the
Tell the guy we're
the
going.
mentor person. whatever.
Cyril.
Tell him
Okay.
to spread the word too.
Okay.
So is there a music thing in town? Because we could tell the music people about like a music playing in that. It's
So there are a lot
really
of there are other inns in town. Some of which have not all of them have
And they're gonna be
entertainment.
fake
You know,
rock
like a stage in there, but many of them do. So there are places you could go. So who's?
Are there any spells I can use here?
Let me just start. Okay, so places you've been before. If you remember, there's kind of a seedy part of town. I'm just thinking.
Not there.
I'm going around the clock right now.
They can't afford
So-
stuff at the magic touch. Doesn't matter.
Okay, that's fine. So not going to Shadeborough at all.
Well, yeah, we will.
Why?
They can't afford stuff at the magic touch.
Who
That's the
cares?
point.
They can still
That's
hear.
not-
We're
I
still
know.
spreading the word.
We're spreading the
More
word.
people,
There's
the better.
money there. It's just kind of a.
We found thieves' tools there. So.
We're going around and spreading the word. I'm riding on my horse. That way I'm up above people. I'm like really high, so I can like yell
You're
down.
just talking about the bard. You just be like, bard singing about the adventures back in.
Yeah.
And you're splitting up, or you're all going
Three
together?
groups.
No,
Spreading
splitting
out. 3 groups.
3 groups.
Why don't we just go by ourselves?
What are the
Why don't we
groups?
Go by yourself.
What are the groups?
Well,
I'll just
you're separate from
let's
me.
just deal with each one separately
go.
here. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll be fairly brief, but who's so you're when you're at the magic place, you're in the market in the center, kind of the center of town. South of that is Old Town, where the jewelers was. West of that, so from your perspective over here, is Shadeborough. And then I get these two mixed up because they're both H words. Let me look real quick.
Haverhill and Haycroft.
Haverhill and Haycross. And I think Haycross is where the Traveler's Way is, and then Haverhill is south of that.
Since we're rolling, if I use the enhance
It's the other
ability,
way around.
that can
Who
Is
is
it?
it?
I think so.
Okay.
I have Haycross as being south of Haverhill.
If I use the enhance ability, that applies to because we're gonna have to roll for persuasion, basically, right?
You're right. You're right. Haverhill is north of Haycross. That's correct. What now?
I said
It's
the
not that
enhance
big.
ability. We're basically rolling for persuasion, right?
It looks almost
So-
as good
Yes,
as the
and,
one you made
or
up there.
or performance, just
Right,
based
but
on
this thing
So we're
it
splitting
gives
into
you
what
the.
depending on what you're
Three.
doing.
I think you do 3.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
ones?
Let's see.
I don't know. I'll go with
I
you.
don't know off the top of
Right.
my
Here's
head.
what I'm thinking.
You got +3.
Yeah. You guys go together, and they can go together, and then you guys can go to the poor place because Daniel's like a barbarian, has nothing, and they're kind of relate. They're relate to him. They're relate to him. They're like, oh, this guy went from nothing.
one of us.
He went from nothing
I
to like
destroyed them in a
famous.
fight.
So they'll be like,
He
wow,
rages.
how did this guy do
Yeah, I
it?
would
Who are you
rage.
talking about?
I'm saying the
I
barbarian.
might,
He went
I
from
might
being-
rage on him.
So you're saying
like,
us
I'm
three?
saying-
I'm saying
He
you
gets
two.
destroyed.
You two.
Why would we go together?
You
Yeah.
guys just,
Why not?
You guys are just
I
out
don't
in the
have any
wild.
ability to do
Out in the
persuade.
wild doing nothing, and you guys are famous. Got gold.
Everyone loves a Cinderella story.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but why would they go together? Because they have the
We're
two
not-
people
we're
that
not
can
going together.
persuade.
Yeah.
Well, then
Okay,
Your
who-
bed
who's-
sucks.
Who's going into Shadeborough? Let's just start. I'm going to work
What's
my way
that?
around the
that's
clock.
the
Poor
poor
place.
place. The poor place.
It's not necessarily
Dude,
poor.
you're going
There's
in
still
there.
a
I'm
lot of
going there.
money there.
Poorer
There's
I'm
still,
going there.
no,
Dude,
not
you're
even
going
that.
there.
There's still a lot of money there.
So you
There's
guys
a lot
are
of
going?
businesses
Yeah,
there.
you're
It's
going.
just that it's
I'm
kind
going.
of
I
a
don't care who
seedy
goes with me.
Fine, you guys are going.
dive part of
let's go.
town. But
Let's
doesn't
go.
mean there's no money there.
We'll get it
It's a
done.
little darker, a little more back alley, but
You
there's
can
still
take
business that
the
takes
barbarian
place
with
there.
you.
So
I'll
this
go
would
to
be
Shadeborough.
Okay, we can do
these would
that.
be charisma
So-
checks.
The two Dragonborns.
Shadeborough is like the
No,
nocturne alley
I don't
of
know. We
Elestria.
can cut, I have good persuasion. We can
So
split
this
it up.
would be
Oh,
the.
I have 3.
Oh,
three.
okay.
This would be charisma checks, right?
Yeah. So whoever we should split up
Yeah.
charisma.
So I'm
I will
gonna.
be telling the
So
guy.
guys,
'cause I'm
John,
seeing
me.
Let's just make this
Cyril?
quick.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
guys.
And then I'll
Too late.
Here we go.
Why don't we just do everything?
Everyone
Here's
stop.
your groups.
Wait, hold on, hold on.
These
It
two-
doesn't work with everybody
Us three.
talking all at once.
All we want us 2, those 2, and these 3. We'll go into Shade Barrow, whatever.
Yep.
One team needs to go
We'll grab
tell.
the rich part of town.
Someone needs to tell the
Silent
end dude.
Red.
Is that on our way to Shadeborough? Can we tell the dude at the end that we're gonna be?
The inn where you're staying?
Yeah.
No, it's on the other side of the city.
So someone needs to tell that guy.
But you can get there eventually. I mean, you can make your way over there. So, but that's fine. You guys go to Shadeborough, and you've been there again. This is where you got the thieves' tools. It's where that other little magic shop was. So there's other,
Oh yeah, that was like the weird magic shop where it was more like play magic, not.
yeah, trinket
Little
magic.
kid
But
magic.
and I did actually get a list of that stuff too. Sometime if you want it, I do have a list of that.
Send it to us for next session.
But
So-
yeah, so you've walked by some of the similar buildings there, places you've been, places you've not been. Of course, you were there a little bit, Taèlios, in your backstory, so you're kind of familiar with this part of town. And so you're walking around telling that. As you're walking down the street, you hear a loud bell ring on one side of the road, and there's a big brass bell that hangs above a door, and the door opens, and you see a sign up there that is the Brass Barber. And the bell rings, and as you're walking by, so there's a barber shop there, and as the door opens, you hear this raucous noise from inside going on, and you hear someone go, "You must be out your dragon mind! All the dragons took off across the scale KC, and they ain't coming back until..." And then the door closes at that point. But there's some big, lively argument going on in there.
We need to go
I'm
there.
gonna kick open the door and be like, "I'm back. Dragons are back, baby."
The bell dings as you go in, and you walk in, and you see a gnome standing up on a big stool behind a barber chair, and
This
he's
is what we came for.
It's the worst.
he's got scissors, and he's cutting kind of above the head of a human male. It doesn't look like he's actually cutting any hair. He's just got to go snip, 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 and he's just yapping the whole time, and still arguing with a dragonborn, a green dragonborn that's just sitting in a chair there, drinking something out of a cup. Doesn't even look. He looks like he's just hanging out at this particular barber shop, the Brass Barber, and they're having a lively argument about dragons and where they are, why they went away, and that type of thing. And they don't seem to be in agreement. And it seems to you as though this is probably a conversation and debate that has gone on well before today.
I'm gonna walk over to Dragonborn. You know, we're family, so
You're
Get it
with a
out.
green dragonborn.
and then I'm like, "We're gonna be at the inn, whatever inn. We'll talk. We saw a dragon. We'll talk about it. They're back. If you want to hear more, come on over. Spread
Are
the
we
word.
really gonna tell people that dragons are back?
They're back. No, I'm not gonna tell the guy. This is pandemonium. The whole town will erupt.
Talk about the gnolls. We just destroyed the gnolls. That's what people want to hear about.
The gnome looks at you, and he looks back at the green dragonborn and look at it. Now here's someone who can tell us a story. Here's someone who can tell us a story. But where you been? Who are you, young man?
Well, I just wrecked some gnolls. You probably heard about it.
Oh, we know about the gnolls.
Critical
And the
perception.
barber at this chair goes, "Oh, we know about the gnolls."
And we're the bean.
His mama called him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
Beanstalkers?
That's our name. I just like that. The
You
bean
can have the
stalkers.
bean, but we can't do the. That's
I'll
basically
just
the
tell
same
them
as the
that
Mid
we're gonna
Stalkers.
be at the
So?
end, telling
They're
stories. There'll be
dreaming.
music.
If they want to know more.
I mean,
They
we're
want to know more
we're
about
smarter than them, so it doesn't
stories.
matter.
Our adventures.
Yeah. So you tell him you're going to be at the Traveler's Way,
Yep. All night.
and you're going to be telling stories of adventure.
Adventure. Gnolls. Orcs.
Danger.
Hydra.
Magic,
I'm a Hydra. I'm gonna drop a couple teeth on the ground for him.
You just mic drop. You should just pull them out for that.
the gnome is still standing up behind on a stool up behind the chair, just snipping away with scissors that isn't really even cutting any hair. Says, looks at the green dragonborn and says, "You know, Bliff, I think this boy's crazy, but I'm gonna go listen to that story tonight. What do you think?" And Bliff kind of goes, "You must be crazy."
Like, well, we're out. We got more people to tell. Peace.
Well, we don't need a haircut. You can come on back now to the Brass Barber. By the way, and then he and the gnome bows low to you. He says, "My name's Tinkle Timbertrim.
Spell that, Tom.
That's not that bad.
If you ever have a story to tell, you come right here.
Tell
You tell your story. I love stories, and I'll be there tonight to hear your story."
I'll tell him my name is Morzza. He's like, what's up? Nice to meet you. Oh, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. Watch out.
Oh, yeah.
Chop
I was
it
thinking you were gonna say it was like a magical pair of scissors that was like cutting the hair with him. Just
No. Just a barber kind of cutting hair.
That's what we do. We just stop in the shop, spread the word, and keep going. Keep telling everybody that walks on our path.
All right.
So whatever point we actually have to roll, I'm gonna use this.
Do we need to roll, I guess? Do we need to roll, me and Tom?
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
I'm
baby.
using the
Come on.
invincibility on me and her.
Oh,
Switch,
Tom,
switch.
let's go.
That's not bad.
Which will give us, no, before we split off.
Oh, my goodness.
Which is
I'm
gonna
just
give her
not
and me
persuasive
advantage.
at all. I'm just there for the
16.
9.
They're not even gonna come to the thing anymore, Steven.
16's not bad.
Okay.
9.
As you walk out the door, you open the door and the bell rings, and you hear behind you, "Come on, Bliff, let's go." And you hear this voice just as the door closes. "Well, maybe I'll go."
Yeah, we got 2 people. Let's
We did
go.
our part.
We just keep going.
More than 2 people, they're going to be talking
Yeah,
about
everybody.
in the barbershop.
And we're not
They're
even
talking
done.
about how
We're
crazy
not
he
even
is.
done yet. We're still going.
Other people need to do something.
You are
We just
down.
do a quick thing on our like what we're doing.
Okay, and where are you going?
The rich side of the city.
Up to Crown Crest.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, go to that.
And I would say whenever we get like
Yeah.
think that we've got most of our stuff done, we'd go to the other place and no one's getting, kind of quickly cover that place up.
Okay. So up in Crown Crest, there's all kinds of nice shops and stuff to go to. The one, of course, you're already familiar with
We're not going there.
from the little altercation that you had with Caspin Pulvar
The bum.
up there at the Fashion Focus.
We don't want any of those folk in our story.
Aside from that, there's other places. You do see a place you haven't seen before. It essentially is a spa. What functions as a spa in this type of a setting, and it's called the Sylvan Springs. And you get
Silver
the idea
Springs
that
must
this,
have been taken.
and you get the idea that this is a very high-end, ritzy place where people go to actually be clean. Something you all haven't been very frequently in your adventures. So that's a place you could go and.
We just used the beaker of infinite water to.
So we would
Yeah.
be okay. So like we don't need to go through all the details here, but we would probably be doing the same thing, going to talk to people in stores and whatnot, telling them about the knolls. The knolls is kind of our big selling point because everyone's talking
Well,
about that
I
in the
think
city
the
right now.
Knolls and everyone should already know about the gnome scene. So
Yeah, and exactly, we'll be saying that. In addition to whatever we're doing, at some point, whenever we get to like the most crowded area that we think of, what I would do is since Zeldreth is with us, we'd give like an enactment, like a short, brief enactment, and I would cast silent image, and of like we'd tell the crowd like, oh, here we're gonna do an enactment of what this was like, and I'll cast silent image of like a gnoll, and he can like pretend fight it, and I'll have it fight him basically, and then like he can like kill it. And
I rage.
I'll have it vanish, just a little demonstration.
Okay. So go ahead and give me. Some rolls.
Is that like performance though, or can that just basically be like an attack type of roll to just like what do you
roll
think?
to hit the illusion.
Like it's basically just playing out a fight.
Probably
Performance.
performance.
That's performance.
Yeah,
Okay,
and,
this
and,
is
one,
your
and one of you can assist, or you can.
I
roll
would essentially
separately.
be assisting as the person casting the magic. So
Okay.
probably you would roll.
Me roll?
You have performance.
No, I don't have anything. I just have.
And remind me, where are you again? What part of the city? I
The
forget.
rich
what you
part.
The
Oh, that's right,
But I'm saying
that's
just as
right.
when we get to the place with the biggest crowd, we would like as we're talking to people, we'd say we're gonna do an enactment.
Okay. All right, you draw a little crowd, and there's a little bit of looking down the noses at you and that, but word has spread a little bit, and people know. Word has spread. You get the sense since the last time you were here, and you actually see Casp and Polvar come out and wander, keeping a distance, but kind of interested, kind of irritated, but keeping to himself.
Better roll real good on this.
Go ahead.
Did I roll once or twice?
Twice
Because I'm assisting you.
Okay.
15.
Okay, 15's pretty good. 15.
That's your total, 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have any bonuses.
Okay, you see there's some genuine interest in what you're saying, and there's also some genuine, like that kind of rising muttering that spreads in a crowd when people all of a sudden start talking, and more of them talk, and the volume just rises, and it spreads. And a lot of what they're saying is kind of this interest and pleasure in what they're hearing that the Knoll threat has been dealt with.
Yeah, because that's what we're really playing off of right now.
So you get the sense that you did some good here.
Did I beat my foe?
And then also you were doing your, or did you cast that on yourself?
On us too, since we have the best.
Yeah, because
we both have a +4.
he would be also doing his thing.
I'm very persuasive. I have very high charisma for a Drow.
And you two, these two are together, right?
No, Joshua's.
Wait, am I in our group?
You're with us.
Oh, I didn't know I was in our group.
Wasn't it? Because then we said.
I think you said 2, 2, and 3.
Yeah, because we
that's
said
right.
that you're the best
Yeah,
charisma.
so mine is in that group, so I should probably roll then too.
Sure, go ahead.
And you would be twice, right?
Yeah, I rolled twice. Nope, it's 14 is the best I got there.
Okay. Well, same effect. There's genuine interest. Okay, and you two are going where? What the place?
She was going over to the music guy.
Oh, that's right. You were
So I was
going.
going to tell the music guy, but as I'm going, I'm going to be like strumming my instrument, doing a little.
Kind of
performance.
telling the
Yeah.
story and a preview and all that as
Not
you go.
spoiling too much though.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Yeah.
Okay. So, and are you, as you're traveling, is there anything you're doing
You're going to use it.
to assist? Telling the story, drawing
Saying the
attention,
bits
or anything
struggle.
like that? Is there anything you're doing working together as a team of 2?
Anything? No.
Well, can you assist her, Nemo? Your spell.
What's your intimidation?
I'm a proficient in intimidation.
Oh yes, that intimidate everyone.
That's what I don't know.
You just be yelling.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I can do it.
So go ahead and you can do a performance check with advantage.
Well, he also gave me something as well.
I gave him I cast the what's it called?
Enhance ability.
Enhance ability.
So she has enhanced charisma.
So for an hour, she has it and I have it.
Oh, okay.
So we should be rolling with advantage anyway.
That's gonna be pretty high.
Yeah. So
Roll
then-
again.
Yeah, you might get a critical. Nope.
Did you roll 19? 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, 26.
Good math.
Okay.
I've been up since 4:50.
About to love your math.
And this is this in the vicinity, just so I kind of know where you are, is this in the vicinity of where Cyril Swan's place is as you go, or are you just doing it everywhere you go? You mean?
Just yeah, I have a little.
Okay. Okay. Well, you draw a crowd, and they're listening, and they're kind of they're listening with rapt attention, and where's my bears? And enough of a crowd gathers you can't continue on right now, and Cyril comes out as you go. He hears you playing, and he comes out, and a crowd gathers, and he comes in and welcomes you, and kind of keeps his distance because you're playing, and he doesn't want to interrupt. But you can tell he's very pleased to see you. What is your, for each of you? What is your passive perception?
14. What's yours?
14.
Yeah, should be at 14 for pretty much everyone.
Yeah, 14.
14.
16.
13.
13?
Wow.
How do you
13,
17.
14? Okay.
Shut up.
25.
Well, I'm specifically asking these two
You actually have
right
17,
now.
huh?
So the rest of you
Wow.
can.
Yeah, there's
Um, You as you're whether playing or you stop playing and you're telling the story and what's going to be going on tonight. You both notice, kind of standing above the crowd off to one side, you notice a brown-haired, blue-eyed, appears to be half-elf, dressed in what you would come to think of as wizardly robes. And male. The robes are different intricate patterns of purple and silver. And he seems to be looking pretty intently as he's watching the two of you. And listening in then as conversations happen and what's going to be on. He keeps his distance, but he just kind of stands out from the crowd. He's taller than everyone else, or half elf, but tall, very tall, and looking very intently at what's going on. And you just kind of take note of him and notice that
I
he's.
wink at him.
Hmm?
I said I wink at him.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is his response. And he gives you and it's not anything, I mean, it's nothing but innocent and playful. There's nothing there other than just kind of a happy-go-lucky kind of a sense of it. And he's smiling and
It's a wizard bard.
intense.
It's a bard.
Paying very close attention, but yeah. So
Or Blizzard.
and he has been there and he hears, and as the rumble is going through this crowd as well as it did for them, he kind of catches your eye again and then just kind of goes and bows and turns and walks up the street in a different direction.
Very cool.
And then obviously we talk to the music guy.
Okay, what would you like to say?
Invite him to sing.
Well,
I was like, you want to play with me tonight?
That's awkward.
Huge crowd. Like,
He says, my dear, if you'll have me, I will be there by your side.
toss them on their way.
All right. So you make the connection. That's in Old Town. So that would leave, just as you make your way, so you guys kind of went north of where you stay at the hotel a ways. You're closer to it. It's kind of in the next district, Haycross, and then Haverhill is between those two, Crown Crest and Haycross. So is anybody going to any place particular in Haverhill or Haycross? Anything in specific you want to mention? Okay, or do? All right. All right, well, you have spread the word, and the city, you get the sense that to varying degrees, news of the vanquished gnolls is being spread through the city, and not only that, those who are responsible are at the Traveler's Way, and there will be a special performance this evening. So you've kind of...
Sponsored by the Magic Touch, of course.
Yeah. So, yes, so you've laid the groundwork for quite a night at the Traveler's Way. Anything else anybody wants to do before the evening?
No.
Learning magic items we can display that be like, hey,
Yeah, we have our
No,
We can talk about that in the if
show them off.
we're talking about everything that happened. You know, mention the things that we've gotten from him, and
we got bag
How
of
they helped
holding,
us along the
water gun.
Water gun. The best one.
We plant a bean.
Crowd. That also been
Plant a bean at the.
Yeah.
What if that was like part of our
terrible
demonstration?
They'd kill everybody that came.
No,
You just see grass.
you lose all reputation.
that will definitely put a damper on the morale.
Alright, so just going back to the end, I guess.
Okay,
and
so you
ready.
make your way back to the inn, and whatever order you arrive, and whoever's there, as you get there, you see improvements have continued on it. As you arrive, you see the hired hand that was there before, Frel. He's outside sanding and staining tables, chairs, that type of thing. He looks up and sees you coming and says, "Oh, Abel's going to be glad to see you all back."
So you better get that.
Hey,
I like this guy.
we're gonna get inside and tell him he better get ready.
Get prepared.
He better order food and alcohol for days.
No alcohol.
Well, Abel's in
Only
there.
wine.
You can go ahead and tell him what it is you're talking about.
We'll go in and tell him what we did.
It was like bust in,
I wanna
like
bring this
Aragorn into the.
I
Two
think
doors
we
open.
need to get this guy with us. His hired hand. He's just a working man. On the grind.
Yeah, but we can't replace Gurn.
Nobody can replace Gurn. So you enter, and by this time it's getting. It's after mid-afternoon. It's getting into the late mid part of the afternoon. Evening is not too far away. And so there are some people in there, mostly at the bar. A couple tables are occupied. And Abel is off in the corner talking with his wife, Ada, and looks up as the door opens and sees you. And, my friends, welcome back to the Traveler's Way. He says, Great Scott!
1.21 gigawatts.
We say, we got some stuff to talk about.
We will
Business.
greet him, of course.
Indeed, and he rushes over to a table and starts pulling out chairs. Have a seat, have a seat. And he snaps over at the person behind the bar. Drinks, bring the drinks. How was the wine? Did you try the wine?
It's
I
really
like-
good. It was
Yeah.
so good.
It was pretty good.
Isn't it though? It's the
Oh,
best
man.
in Elestria.
It's so sweet.
I know, don't say sweet.
You know, say that one probably would be, so that's fair.
We tell them that we've been spreading the word and we're planning on hosting a giant festival.
Hopefully he's prepared
Playing
for half the
music.
city to
Yeah.
show up.
Tonight?
tonight.
Oh yeah.
We'll help to get
You've
ready.
been telling folks to come here tonight?
Yeah.
He drops down on the table. The barmaid has just come over and he drops the drinks down the table. He was taking them from there, so drops them down and rushes to the front door. Frel, come. Leave that. That will keep. Leave that. And Frel comes up and you see that he starts talking. They're going to have a great crowd and they've been spreading the word and we've got to be prepared. And so chop. That's a good lad. Chop.
As I will say, I hope you're paying him extra for this work that he'll be doing.
That's interesting. He doesn't take any pay.
What? This guy?
Greatest worker I've ever had. I offer it. He's taken it sometimes, but then I see him giving it away.
He's a
Strange
level
lad.
27.
Wow.
Strange lad. At any rate,
Sounds like he's gonna stab
Great
one
worker.
back one day.
Yeah.
I'll tell him, I'll help out. What can I do? Let's get this going.
well, there's cleaning. We need to clean the glasses. We need to clean the tables. We
All
need to get entertainment. Are you?
I got it.
And someone else.
Yeah.
Squirrel. Sylvan.
Whatever the guy's name
Cyril. Right?
Cyril Swan is coming again.
is. He is.
This is the night I've been waiting for. Ada, we need to fire up the burners now. We need to prepare food. We need to get ready. We're going to be swamped tonight.
Watch
Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, there's like 2 people showing up.
That's hilarious.
So I'm helping out in the kitchen. I'm cleaning the glasses.
And breaking the plates, because that's what the little bag takes.
Indeed. Okay, so you spend the remaining waning hours of the afternoon helping to get ready for the night. And as the dinner hour comes, there's a dinner rush that is a bit more than what they're used to. And as the dinner hour moves on, more and more people file in. And it's, were there a fire code, it would be pushing the limits of that and perhaps breaking the limits of that. But he's not turning anyone away. And it's flowing. And you even see at some point Kelwyn and let me make sure I get the name right here.
Kelwyn, is that
Are these guys from like the palace?
Kelwyn and Evazda walk in.
Like the king.
Do we remember those names?
I recognize the
They're
name.
they're the guards, aren't they? At least one of them.
They're the Mythstalkers. They're,
Oh, that's right.
So you notice your former leader, Kelwyn, and Evazda, the wizard, walk in, and they kind of catch your eye and walk to where whoever you scattered around doing whatever, but they find someone they know, they clock you, and particularly come to where you are, and whoever is with you. And Kelwyn says, "We heard word of quite a show tonight."
Indeed.
It wouldn't it be so funny if they failed so, but I don't think we'll won.
Mind if we join?
Of course.
The more than there, yeah.
Indeed.
And he and Evazda just kind of go off. By this point,
Because they can provide a part of the story that we don't have access to. They have what they did.
there's not a table open right now, but they kind of go off and they each grab a drink and they just kind of go off and stand by a wall and lean against it, and you can just see they're kind of quietly talking together. and they still have a bit of a, you know this, because you know them better than anyone else here, they still have a bit of a deflated air about them. And it is only the two of them. There's no one else from the Mythstalkers that are there that you see. So they also come. And so by 7 or 8 o'clock at night, the place is hopping. And it was around 7 that Cyril shows up. And in addition to Cyril showing up, there are other people that you've noticed before. Davrith comes in, having heard. And he just kind of quietly takes a dark corner and just stands and is observing. Sural shows up from the Platinum Sanctuary.
You better go talk to them.
And who else? You see Tinkle Timbertrim and Bliff coming.
Oh, yes.
What
That's
about,
all we cared about.
what
Really.
about Gurn or?
Yeah, they're not back yet. Remember, they're still off
I
on
thought they came back.
their. They heard word from them. They didn't.
Oh.
They hadn't
Yeah,
come
no,
back.
they've heard. They're still gone, but you've heard word from them, or they have heard word from them.
Who is our main person going to be telling our story tonight? That's the question.
You've
Well,
been
she's
seeing
playing
them,
music.
right?
You even see.
Not arrogant man.
He's there.
You recognize some faces from Crown Crest have condescended to come down to Haycross, and among them is Caspin Pulvar, the proprietor.
He's gonna give us like
Of the
full
fashion
on like
focus.
suits and everything at
Just so
some
you know, I
point.
cleaned up before this.
Okay.
I would say probably all cleaned up. Not just
Okay.
we're all.
No one said
I wash my
anything.
face off.
That's
So
not
the
important.
place is bustling with business, and the conversation is loud, and the drinks are flowing, and occasionally you hear from a table as they kind of slam their mugs down, and they're calling for music, 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 and the time comes.
So when they both go up, I will again use the enhance ability on her and on
Cyril?
Cyril. Yeah.
When they go up there,
So
I'm
both
gonna
of them.
stand.
And that is for an
I'm
hour,
gonna breathe,
so
I'm gonna
it's only
breathe.
for an hour. But
And
This is
Go lay
awesome.
down.
are you just
Yeah,
leaving this to them to tell the story, or are any of you coming up and
I would
narrating
say
as well?
we'd be
or
up there maybe. Maybe show
I'd say
some.
maybe a little bit of
Show,
in between.
show, yeah.
And maybe a little bit of like play sword fighting with like sticks or something like that, like as like a like a demonstration.
I'll use my.
Maybe
Oh, yeah,
some,
'cause you
maybe,
know
maybe
this.
some
I-
target
I-
practice with the bow and arrow from behind, shooting some apples off people's heads.
I think that's a bad idea. I wouldn't be going up.
Okay.
And then before they go up on the stage, I want to stand below the stage and breathe my ice breath
Break
up
the
into
ceiling.
up into the sky. But I'll like kind of keep it centered.
This
think
is
it's
the
pretty
range,
good.
buddy.
Well, I'm gonna make
Wait,
sure I'm gonna make sure I'm not
wait.
hitting the ceiling.
We should.
I would allow that you would have control over that. That's a max range, and you could do
A
less
min
than
range.
that.
I'm just gonna shoot it up in the air.
I talked to you beforehand. Like we should do a demonstration where I shoot arrows at you.
You catch them.
Oh, I can hit him.
Yeah.
Or catch him.
So I'll do that before they do their music. I'll breathe my breath weapon in the air. Try to
Okay.
get everyone's attention up on by stage.
Okay, so all of this going on. Let's do some rolls and see how the evening goes. Let's start with performance over here on this end with you and Cyril.
Guidance. Just kidding.
So they're both rolling with advantage.
Oh,
right?
Yes. Holy cow.
Good thing. That was a 2.
Oh!
Really?
She rolled one.
Wow.
She rolled a 1 and a 2.
Let's see how Cyril does.
You're all there get some good.
Brag.
Wow.
I don't know where to be like, I'm gonna be a little rusty.
He has advantage too.
I'm just picking up and lifting up.
Natural 20.
Not 20.
Which
Wow.
is still, I don't do crits on ability checks, but still, that's as good as you can get. So there's no, I'm just curious. What do you roll 2 nat 20s? Nope, 20 to 14.
I'm gonna.
So as you're playing, every now and then he's playing and he's the smiling bard and he's bravely bold Sir Robin, and all of this, and every now and then he's looking at you, and, it's a C. And he's, but Cyril,
that is the
Cyril
absolute
carries, so
worst.
2 plus what?
7.
Okay, so you got a 9, really. So it's not great, but for this crowd, you had the excellence of Cyril Swan, and even if you had been alone with a 9, for most of this crowd, they would have been very pleased.
Oh, wow.
Did you break a string
So-
like
Oh,
zero?
I think what happens is maybe it's just you're so focused on the telling of the story part of it that
The music suffers.
you miss a few notes here and there. But this crowd hardly notices, and Cyril more than makes up for where your music lacked. So, all in all, it's a great performance that they will not soon forget. Okay, so the rest of you who are doing anything else down here, what is it that you want to do? You're telling stories, reenacting, doing this
Probably,
type of
yeah,
stuff?
telling some stories, reenacting a little bit.
I'll say like
A
maybe
brief-
some sword
I do like
fighting.
that. I do like the idea of
Yeah, we can
maybe
do
not
that.
like full power or anything, but just like a little shot at
Mhm.
him as a monk, because him as a monkey has the ability to.
I can catch it.
Okay, let's see how that goes.
What do I gotta do?
This is your
So
reaction.
this roll, I would say,
Is it an
so
attack roll?
this is a roll to see. It's an attack roll. It's a roll to see how well you place it in a way, because I don't think you're trying to put him in danger.
No.
So do you place it? This would be the equivalent of do you hit the apple, even though that's not. What
Yeah. And so as I pull out an arrow, I said, "This arrow is from the magic touch," and I just.
Okay.
23.
23.
Yeah, 23.
Okay, you get it right where you guys planned this out for you. Now, how does your ability work?
The damage I take. So I have to.
No, you're talking about catching a missile, right?
Yeah,
Yes, it's deflect missiles.
Yeah.
So I can use my reaction to deflect or catch a missile when you are hit. When you do so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus my dexterity modifier plus my monk level. And if I reduce it to 0, I catch it.
Okay. So
I need to roll for it.
roll the damage.
Where's my 10?
3 plus 3, 6.
Are you just using
Hold
all
on.
Just using all
I don't think you're trying to hit. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for the purposes of what's going on,
Can we just
go
just straight roll?
Yes.
Okay, so 3.
Okay.
3?
So you catch it because your monk level
Monk
is
level's
5.
Yeah.
So you're going to catch it no matter what you roll. So in other words, this was a success.
Okay.
You managed to do what you wanted to do.
He about to get crit.
And the crowd just goes crazy when that happens. It's just a roar of applause and shock and awe from the crowd. So they're amazed by it. And as you do this, I don't know whether you two notice it because of what you're doing, but the rest of you, as you're looking around the room, there is another face you see in this crowd, and it is Yggdrasil in the back, standing off way in the back in a different corner, like the
Do you think
opposite
he-
corner.
Like,
From
I
where
should kind of like
Javrith is.
yelled out loud about the magic touch, right? You see
Right,
that, yeah.
right, but you're not looking necessarily.
Yeah, I wasn't.
that way.
I'm saying not me, but I'm saying I said that.
But some of you notice on the night, and over the course of a little bit of time, the rest of you would notice that he is there as well. So,
I got it. Here's what we should do. We should have Lily do arm wrestling with her ogre, and we'll say she looks weak, but with a magic item she got.
she
from
doesn't
Drow.
look weak.
Well, she's
She's a fighter.
But with her
Okay.
magic,
She's a fighter with a 16 strength minus that. So, yeah, she does not look weak. So, but
Put it on
Well, I'm saying-
next.
Well, next, I guess that could work. Get next is 19
Yeah.
strength.
Yeah, that could work.
no, there will be takers if people want to do arm wrestling
Okay,
with.
let's do
Yeah.
arm wrestling up on stage. I'm
Valia.
But isn't that an item that you have to tune to? She wouldn't have time to tune to.
not saying next, though.
Yeah, it wouldn't,
All right.
it wouldn't work like that.
You want to do that?
Sure.
Let's do a strength check. Go ahead and roll a d20 and add your strength modifier.
8?
8? Okay.
Wait. Oh no, that's second time. Yep.
Yeah. See.
Up top, doesn't he have advantage on strength?
Yeah.
No,
That's
that's
for
not
saving
bad.
That's a
throws.
saving throw though.
That's not bad.
Your modifier is this, right?
You know what? Actually, as I think about this narratively, I will give you advantage. Well, or I'll take disadvantage because they've been drinking a lot. A lot of the people in here. So however you want to do it. I'll roll twice with disadvantage. Or you
Oh
We're
gosh.
keeping that roll that I did before.
That was
keeping the 8?
That was a
Yeah.
2.
Stand up and look.
Is it natural 20?
Oh, it's in that one.
Wow.
So you
Indeed.
slam the arm down and go,
And then we'll just mention that her strength is also benefited by an item from the magic touch.
and as you do that, you look over and see Yggdrasil, and he goes,
She's a phoenix.
Yes.
and he's letting you be, he's not trying to step in and
Yeah.
become the salesman or anything like that as you do that. He's just
So do you have
Taking
a
it
sword
in.
fight between me
What
and
other
Daniel
good
top
what
here?
other good
win.
items we have from
You know,
Magic Touch that we can demonstrate?
We have the water gun, remember?
Yeah, we should get out the water thing and just
Yeah.
blast somebody.
Hey, what would happen if you breathe
Blast
water and fire at each other?
It's like
Evaporate.
on air,
Yeah, we should do
but-
that.
Wait, are
I-
you ice?
There.
Here's
I'm
fire.
fire.
Here's fire.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
See, it's water.
Yeah,
So
shh.
the water
I
gun.
assume we're telling the story.
Yeah.
Right. So if we have any teeth left, I want to string it onto like my healing staff, like the teeth, so they're like hanging down when I tell. Because I'm assuming I'm the one telling the story since I'm the performer.
Yeah,
Probably, yeah.
you're the main storyteller.
So I'm gonna do that.
you want to have
I want to have like
teeth,
I don't know what
like Hydra teeth. You mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're that big, but like
Some
Dragon
trophies
teeth.
of,
Yes.
of all that you did.
Ears.
What did you end up? By the way,
Didn't we-
just totally stepping outside of this moment. What did you end up with from the Knoll ears for the bounty? What was the
Like
total?
1,000.
1,675.
Okay, so yeah, that's fine as a part of what you did.
And then so we're gonna have me shoot the water thing in the air, like the whatever it's called, the water canter.
And not the.
Not
Not
my-
the
Oh,
Thor's hammer that just fell.
Okay. and then he's gonna breathe his fire and evaporate in the air. Little mist action.
okay.
It's like a mister.
Give me performance. Either one of you with advantage or each
I
of
have
you.
3.
one
What do you
time.
have?
I have
Zero.
plus
Zero.
6. Yeah,
Zero.
You can go twice, I guess.
We got 13. So 13.
I'm gonna roll for fun. I should roll.
Okay, so again, good enough, very entertaining. It's a cloud of mist and steam rises in the air. Now I'm subconscious about this thing catching on my wig.
We'll be like, another wonderful item from the Magic Touch.
Yeah. Hey, the water gun is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
Yeah,
water,
yeah.
the decanter of water.
And then what about a sword fight between me and Daniel now?
Oh, you know what you
Me
can
and
do.
Zeldreth.
I don't have a sword.
I know
have
we
an axe.
didn't.
That's
I know
fine.
we didn't buy it from them.
And
we have
my axe.
we have the immovable rod, so you can just take it, stick it in the air, and do some pull-ups on it in the air.
Oh, yeah. That actually would be interesting.
Yeah, do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, that's fine.
Go ahead. I'm not going to make you roll for this. You're both strong.
Another
enough to be able to do
another
it.
fine item you could also purchase.
And then we're gonna balance on it.
You have 2 of those.
No, it's
We never bought the one from the Magic
Okay.
Touch, but it is sold there.
Okay.
And then I think we have just a little fight between me and Zeldreth.
Okay.
To the death.
Each of you a performance check. Let's see how well you're able to.
Don't let the team down.
Oh, no.
Zeldreth is like, I'm going to rage and I'm going to go after it.
Yes!
Oh.
You're gonna get destroyed,
Okay,
kid.
7 and 17. That's just our performer. We're not gonna try
I
to.
know.
I got the 17, by the way.
All right. Well, you do well as a group. You kind of carry him a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's good. It goes over well, and so all of this goes well into the night, and by all counts, it's a success. You accomplished what you wanted to do, and a lot of gold and silver and copper was spent here, and as a couple things, as the night went on. Kind of about halfway through all of this, Kelwyn and Avazda just left. Davrith, not with them, but separately from them, but also left about midway through. But for the most part, everyone else stays there. And at some point in all this, let's see, you were there. So at some point in all this, probably after some of the tales are told and the story that the bard tells and through music and all of that, the little gnome, Tinkle Timbertrim, kind of waddles up to you and he says, well, I got to give you credit. You promised me a story and you gave me a story. You're welcome at the Brass Barber anytime you want to come.
I'm like, well, I don't got any hair, but I'll let any of my travelers.
Well, neither's Bliff. He just sits there and drinks all day. You can do the same.
Sounds good. I'll
Bear it in mind.
maybe go there next time I'm back. We're going on an adventure here. I'll have more stories to tell you when I get back.
I look forward to him.
I'll be like Fae Forest.
Yeah.
Let's give him a little hint to what's to come.
Fay Forest. Well, now that's not to be trifled with. You be careful.
I'm like, look at me.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, I'll see you next time.
Sounds good.
I'm looking for that guy that we saw too.
The
I don't know.
brother
Okay,
guy.
yeah, he's there. He's there. Yep.
I would say also, at some point, we'd say thank you to Abel for hosting.
Publicly up on stage,
Yeah,
you
up
mean?
on stage, just seeing
You,
how much.
you call him up on stage?
I'll call him up
Oh,
on
of course.
stage and I'll all of us out there, maybe get. I don't
Tell
know.
him that he only had a few hours notice, and he was able to get this all prepared in time.
Special thanks
He gets
to
up and he says,
Abel.
"Oh no! Please no! I don't want to get up." Hello, my friends. As you can see, my lovely guests here have provided us all with a wonderful evening tonight. Would you please give them a round of applause? And the crowd goes nuts again. He says, "I want you to know that they are here for how long are you here for?"
This is it.
Until the morning.
Until the morning, we're leaving.
They're leaving in the morning. Oh dear. Well, they'll be back. It's all the more reason to come back each night because you never know when they're going
And
to
we'll
pop in.
say, we only stay at this inn. This is the only inn we'll ever stay at.
And he's just beaming. Just beaming. And he looks across the room over at his wife, Ada, who's in the corner, kind of running the kitchen. And they just are beaming at each other, and they're just on cloud nine right now.
Where's the stable hand guy?
Frel is working behind the bar.
Hey, I
Toss him
think
a
we
gold
each.
piece.
I
Give
think
him like more than
Platinum.
that. Give him a layout. Give him something.
Give him a platinum.
Give him a
I
platinum.
don't have money on me.
I think we each get a one of the little coins. Each of us, a gold one. I think. I think that's fair.
I'll just give myself 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We're gonna give that hand dude some gold.
I give him one already.
how much you give him?
I give him one.
Fine.
I'm gonna give one too.
I'm gonna give him one.
I'm gonna give one.
Anybody
We
else?
just all on the way out
Four.
just toss him.
That's 4 gold.
Come on,
Anybody else?
everybody give him one.
Just toss him a platinum.
I'll give him my 1 copper piece.
All right. Okay, that's fine. Deduct it. Everybody take your gold off. Whatever you're giving Frel, deduct
Just
it.
take mine off.
You
Then.
know what? I'll give him 3 pieces.
I mean,
Free
this
gold?
isn't even
Yeah.
accurate anymore.
That's still what you have, like on your person. Everything else is in our bag of holding.
I don't have any gold pieces.
Give him a silver then.
I'll tell him that I wasn't right there. You know who's the nicest of the group now.
He said, "Well, that's sure mighty kind of y'all. You don't need to do that."
You're right. We don't.
I like this guy.
Well, I do thank you, and I'll put it to good use. I promise.
Like
He's
keep up.
gonna give it to somebody else.
Keep up the good work. There'll be more where that came from.
I thank you kindly.
He sounds
It
very
reminds me-
unenthusiastic.
What character is this? This is reminding me of something.
Okay, so you're going to talk to the guy who was kind of clocking you guys when you're out.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Or the guy that played
So
the
as you approach, he sees you coming, and he just kind of smiles and says, "Well, it looks to me as though you all delivered on what it was you were promising. Congratulations on a successful night."
And my arrow back, by the way.
I'm throwing it like right over your head, stuck it into the wall.
Nix Ashheart.
Yes, well, it's good to meet you, and yes, I knew who you are. Word is spread about all of you within the city. I have to admit, that's why you caught me staring. Word of your exploits has spread throughout the city, and I'm someone who likes to chase down entertainment as it happens. I live for the thrill of entertainment in whatever form it takes, and I must say, all that I've heard about this group is quite entertaining.
Is he a strong
You
wizard?
want to come with us?
Is he a strong wizard? We can invite him.
I was like, do you adventure at all?
I do, of a sort. Perhaps not the type that you currently do. But I have my own path to walk, and it's an adventure all of its own. But I think that you would find me not all that helpful. And
You're probably right.
to be truthful, I would soon grow bored and find another path anyway. So, we'll leave it at
We
that.
didn't even invite him.
And I'll see you when you... Well, weren't you inviting him or not?
What?
He's just presuming.
Well, I heard someone say that, so
Yeah,
I
but they
assumed
weren't
that
there.
was part
She
of
didn't
it.
specifically say that.
Okay.
What's his name?
Well, in that case,
Yeah, I
then...
was introducing myself so he would say his name back to me.
Ah. Yeah. I beg your forgiveness. I'm caught up in the moment. My name is Urak.
Ooh rock. Ooh rock.
Urak.
Ooh the
You
rock.
are AK.
Like Korra.
The parents are like, ooh rock.
Urak, Urak,
He looks like a rock.
Urak. I am a wanderer, a seeker of adventure. When I saw that you were returned and I had heard the tales of all that you had done, I knew that something would happen. Something worth seeing, and indeed, this was worth seeing. I'm glad I came.
And I walk
Wow. I can do a conversation.
Cool story, bro.
I'm tired.
Nick's
We got an
in
early
force,
morning.
so
I'm
she
going to
doesn't
bed.
deal with people.
We'll get up on the stage and be like, we have
That's so
to
out of character.
head out to get to bed because we have to get up early tomorrow morning. But
Tomorrow, adventure starts again. Don't forget to stop at the magic touch.
we'll thank everybody
Good
for
night.
we'll thank everybody for coming and just
Before he leaves, Adrazel approaches the group and says, "Well, you've certainly fulfilled your part of the bargain. I thank you, and I will get to work on those commissioned items that we discussed."
Of course, we will thank him again and promise to spread the word on our adventures
Outside
to
of
adventure
just the
outside the city, but we will continue to spread it. Probably not as forcefully as tonight, but to bear it in mind and in casual conversation
We're looking
should
for
it
15% discount.
arise.
I trust that you
That
will.
should be way
I
more.
trust that you will. I bid you all a good night and safe adventures. And he exits. And the crowd is thinning. And
I'm exhausted.
yes,
Ahead of
it's,
that.
it's been a long
You
day.
have
a long-
4 exhaustion points.
Yes. Yep. Okay. So
Oh, just ask them. You should have had
We're getting up early and taking off in the morning.
Yeah, we should.
Unless anyone else has anything else they want to do in the city, but I'm
No,
fine
I
to
don't
take off and get
Nope.
on the road.
Yeah.
how's Abel doing?
We've got a Fae Forest
I
to
want
get
to
to.
level up
Who's
so I can do
able?
more cool things.
The inn owner. How's his?
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
level 6 is a big deal.
Oh yeah.
okay. So it's morning now. There was nothing else you wanted to do. Was someone asking something about someone or
I'm
not?
saying we're headed out. We're saying goodbye to Abel.
Well, have nothing but safety and success in your travels. Come back. Send word when you're coming back if you can. Last night was an absolute delight. As you know, you're always welcome here, and I hope to see you again very soon.
We will thank him again.
You know, it would be funny if we stay at a different inn now.
So you exit, and as you're exiting, you see coming up the street, Davrith is approaching.
That was
He didn't
too.
even know what
And
time
as-
we were leaving.
As you
Too
go
late.
out, and Frel is outside finishing his work on the tables and chairs that he was working on
Good
the
old
night when
Frel.
you got there.
Put another gold piece.
And Davrith walks up and he approaches and he says to you, "I take it you're leaving again."
The Fae Forest awaits.
Kavnor told me as much. I've been sent to pass along something to you that the king did not have a chance to pass along to you
Give me that gold, baby.
at the last meeting. And he hands you a bag, and in that bag are 250 platinum pieces.
Yeah,
Oh,
baby.
what?
That is for
Probably
the
the original.
250
The Knolls.
you said?
That's the noise.
yeah, for taking care of the Knoll problem. Now, one thing, as you get up in the morning and get around at breakfast and stuff to get going, one of your party is missing.
What?
And
Tell
so as Davrith, as you're leaving and wondering as Davrith approaches you, you are a party of 6 right now, not a party of 7, because you did not find Nyx in the morning.
kidding me?
No. Well,
You off too.
That's
You
too
see
bad.
what you had?
anyways,
And
On to the adventure.
Yep, we're going. We don't care.
after some time passes, assuming that you're staying
No,
there.
we're not saying we're like
No, we're
wandering the
going.
city looking for
We're going.
You're what?
like wandering the city. Probably head to this.
I'll stay. I'll stay there. I'll stay at the.
Maybe we should just
Yeah.
check her room.
For the purpose of this, you did, and she wasn't there.
I just wandered the city, casting message to Nyx. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Oh, you have that.
Yeah.
What's that range is?
It's not very big.
How far?
It's like 40 feet or something.
I wander every single town.
Nobody has sending here, do they?
No.
No.
I think it's level 3 spell.
Maybe she went with the wizard.
Yeah, Abel's probably like loaded on money right now. This guy
Wait a second.
Yeah. Welcome.
is just.
Alright, I say we just leave.
He's become our sponsor.
120 feet.
You're not coming
120 feet.
Yeah.
Give me in general the route that you take as you walk the city.
I would head towards the music place, or wherever the other guy is.
Okay.
I don't know what route that is specifically.
Okay. Well, you know the way there, and you go down there, and you do not find her. You do not
And
find.
I'd probably just make a loop back somewhere else in the city.
Give me a landmark that you know. I mean, of the places you know.
Yeah, map man, pull it out.
Well, I don't know
The
what
magic
places.
touch.
That suit place. Or,
No, I don't go there.
What?
So I don't go there.
Yeah, you do. That's the rich part of town. You want to go there.
Twinkle Boy, the hair cutter.
Yeah. Twinkle
Twinkle
Boy.
Boy.
That's the poor place.
Tinkle Timber Trim.
You want to go to the rich place.
So from Cyril Swan's place to the Magic Touch.
Sure.
Okay. As you 120 120
Yeah,
feet.
but it's blocked.
I think I'm swallowing hair.
It's blocked by like it's blocked by like a foot of stone wall or something like that. So I don't know how good it'll actually be.
Okay, well, this is the you can respond to it. 25 words and
Yeah.
you can respond.
You can
right?
respond to this message.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Where are you? You can respond to this message. Where
So,
are you?
so at
You
some
can respond
po-
to this message.
at some point in there, you hear a message come through, and you know that it's him.
Where are you?
And
You
you
can
have
respond to this message.
you are on your way back. You're on your way to the inn as you hear this. And so this is as you're.
Where are you? You can respond to
Oh
this
my
message.
gosh! As you're moving from Old Town up north into the Market District, that's when all of a sudden you connect. And that.
I don't know
so
that I
it
connected
goes
until she
through-
says something back.
Well, if she fine, I assume you're going to.
Where are you? You can respond to this message.
I'm going back to the inn.
Where are you? You can respond to this message.
What's my question?
Alright, we leave her. She didn't tell us where she's
Is it, are
going.
you done?
Kicked out.
Okay, so you reconnect. You basically connect at about, let's say, yeah, just at the far end, the opposite end of the Market District from where the Magic Touch is, which would be on the other
Can I
side
get-
of the Platinum Sanctuary.
Where does it look like she was coming from?
Well, it depends on how this plays out. What do you tell him when it comes through? You say you're on your way back. You tell him where you are.
Well, I'd probably look for you. You're like within 120 feet.
I'm small.
I know. I would
That's
still look
easy
for
to
you.
spot.
There's a crowd. Make a perception check.
He casts Hunter's Mark.
I'm helping them.
You're not with me.
Yeah, I am. Now I am.
23.
Are you trying to be
Yeah. She wouldn't know to be that. Though.
make a stealth check?
She can try to do.
Good luck.
Not
Oh.
29.
She wouldn't know.
29?
That's cheap.
Okay. You do not spot her. So if you're not wanting to actually physically connect and meet up, then you don't see her. You just catch her within that range, and she responds back and says she's on her way back to the inn. So you make your way back
Where
there?
are you? You can respond to this message.
So you make your way back to the inn. Nix is there.
We asked her
I
where'd you go.
definitely beat her
Where'd
back.
you go?
Hi?
I definitely beat her
She's
back.
fast.
No, she's
fast,
not.
like
She's
slow.
25
feet. She's slower
Oh.
than Caleb.
Like, what are you doing? You can't just leave without telling people.
None of your business.
We asked you where you went. Where do you respond?
I went somewhere.
Alright, I grabbed Nick.
Inside check.
I grabbed Nick.
And
No
special.
matter what you roll, you believe that she did go somewhere.
Here's what I'll do. I'll grab Nick and I just throw her up in the air as hard as I can.
So he rages. Like
Yeah,
that.
I rage and throw her up in the air.
Who has charm person?
Okay.
I just have a useful way to use that because you can do that when Tom's like going ahead and see what he sees.
Alright, so we head out then.
Okay,
I have command.
So in the morning then, having got your party all together now, probably, would you have gotten up early to leave in the
Yeah.
morning?
Mhm.
Okay, so we'll say that by this time it's probably about 8.
Could have left at 7, but
Huh?
we could have left at 7, but some Nick's person been wandering around town.
So at 8 o'clock in the morning, the day after the big bash,
And we'll be taking a
at-
fast pace on the horses.
that's fine. You have your horses. You'll be able to
Nick's
leave.
will be
Nick's
walking.
is walking.
Yep.
We are on our horses.
We probably there. Are we? Should we wrap up there?
I think so.
Okay.
We can roll weather real quick.
I'll do it.
No, let's
All
not
right.
want to. This
Let's
needs
hear
to be
it.
the.
So it's going to be,
Bring
starting
it back.
off, it'll be
We will end with
hurricane
the weather.
season.
How many
Let's
tornadoes?
With,
Well, that's
let's
just the
see.
number of tornadoes.
So that's only 1 inch of rain. That's
Hold on a
pretty
second.
lame,
I gotta find my weather
No,
chart.
that's foot.
but- Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. It's a foot.
Should we use the gold die on the weather roll?
I'm never using it.
Same. I'm just gonna keep it.
Let's see. It's a 12-sided, a 8-sided, a 4, and a 20. Right? Seems right. What are we going with that?
Yeah, it's
4, 8, 12, 20.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I got it.
This is not real.
That one is cocked.
I rolled really good though. I'm just saying.
You rolled good. That's bad.
As well.
You want to roll low.
There we go. Alright, this will be interesting.
What do you
I think I got quite the weather set here.
Oh, that's bad.
What's that?
High ones are bad.
Heck yeah.
We spent the entire
That's
session
really bad.
performing.
For some of them,
Now
anyways.
it's done.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna say we didn't get any money, so I'm gonna kind
Yeah.
of questioning that, but okay.
Well, she did
Okay, so
roll
give me
one.
the D8.
D8 is going to be
We got
5.
you know, you guys with your arrows.
So 5 hurricanes converge on one place.
Give me the 20.
The 20 is 15, bringing 15 inches of rain.
And give me
What rolls a 1?
the give me the 12.
The 12 is going to be 7, so that's going to be at least 7 miles of trees that are falling our way.
Okay, how about the 4?
That's a 3.
Okay.
3
For how many
tornadoes?
people we're going to lose on the way there.
Oh.
So as you set out, a late spring, early summer storm has set in,
I got you guys, don't worry.
and so it's a dismal day as you take off, but spirits are high from the previous night, and you are off on the next leg of your adventure for the
Time to
proverbial time tunes.
Number 5.
what's the day? PD?
Yeah. How many days in PB are we?
Uh,
6 or 7.
well, it is the 24th day of Oslegal.
Yeah, that's, no one cares about that anymore.
Yeah.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 6 PB.
6 PB.
yeah.
I understand now exactly what time we are.
I remember like it was yesterday.
So okay, yeah, you've got maybe a little friend waiting for you down the road a ways on your way out.
Alright, little pal, that's right.
Should we have gotten
So-
some rations?
No, because we already baked all of our other rations, so they
Yeah,
last
They're gonna last
forever.
forever now.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you've got some baked magical fruit.
That's
Some of you still have your temporary hit points.
17.
Yep.
And you are
You
off
have
and
3.
running.
I
And
had
we will
7.
revisit
Put
that
stupid fire.
Yeah.
next time. And you've got some wonderful weather.
Love rain.
Typical.
Typical.
But I don't want everyone to be happy all the time. It's just not good. Distracts you from what matters.
Like beans.
Plus, he's a drow, so he doesn't want it to be sunny.
I will say this though, despite the rain and wind is there, it is straight out of the south, and you're not traveling on a. It's cold because it's wet, but it's actually a pretty warm day for this time of year. So you've got that going for you, which is nice. All right, we will end it there. Thank you, everyone, or no one at all, for coming along with us on this journey, and for being here, maybe for our Halloween episode. Thanks to the costume. Actually, I did promise bonuses for costumes. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to hang on to that because there wasn't really a great time for me to present that tonight. No battle happened or anything like that. But what I do is I give you permission to remind me of this. For those of you who are in costume, and
We get to choose. We get to choose a feat.
no.
Sentinel.
No. But at the very least, at some point, you will be able to take an inspiration die in that or something. There will be some benefit that.
I remember reading this in the
and I'll
player
be-
handbook.
Yeah.
So at any rate, thank you. We'll see you next time. Until then, have everything great. Day, night, weeks, months, and all of that. We'll see you next time in a couple of weeks. Bye.
Couple weeks.